The booze cruise. Sometimes you think you're going to go for a little trip out. Just a few drinks, don't you? Let's have a few. If you're a heavy drinker and you get into a company or with a group of people who are all similar, then you're not just going to have one or two drinks, are you? I'm going to take you back a few years now when I was in the Met Police in London. South London to start with. We decided, for some reason, to go on a bit of a booze cruise. Now, there wasn't much cruising. We left about 6 a.m. in the morning. I mean, I wasn't that used to drinking then, to be fair. I was only about 20 odd, I think. I had drank, but I didn't realise the quantity that some people had drank. But I soon slipped into it. I was easily led, apparently. And 6 o'clock in the morning on this coach, and there's about 30 of us, I think. And we're going to go to France, go to Calais for the day. I didn't realise it was just going to be a day on the drink. I thought I might at least have a bit of lunch. However, started drinking 6 o'clock in the morning, didn't we? 6 o'clock in the morning. It was unheard of, that's for me. And got down to Dover, got on the ferry. As you know, it doesn't take long to cross, but the bar's open straight away, isn't it? It's a big group of us, £20, £30, whatever it is in the whip. So I had a big pool of money, a few pints on this ferry. Got over to Calais, got back on the coach again. I went to Calais town. A few of us went into the hypermarket and got a few beers, but I don't know what happened to them. I think we just drank them during the day. So we get into this Calais and we just started drinking all day. That's all it was, just a massive, drink up really. And about 11 o'clock, I'm thinking, God, I've been drinking for 5 hours now, We're just getting started then. Go at lunchtime, a bit more wander around, a few more bars, this sort of thing. Usual carry on. People were getting more and more drunk. I had quite a high tolerance to it then. I think we started with about 30 of us. And as the day went on, I think we were due to return about 6 o'clock p.m. obviously. So that was 12 hours of been drinking. I drank all day, very little to eat really. A couple of the more sensible types. Then I think we became senior officers for we were on wine, but me and the lads, as it were just having pints, pint after pint after pint after pint after pint of what I would call premium lager. I can't remember what the name, but some French lager. I think it was Stella's and all sorts, Peronis and everything, these different places. And I didn't really care what the strength was. I was just having a good time, new job, new environment, new people. Because when you're drinking, you should make new mates, don't you? Especially if you're going to work with them and this sort of thing. So I was quite new to the team, as it were, then. And 6 o'clock comes and board the ferry. By this time, there's a lot of people, three inches to the wind. We'd lost a couple of them. I think they ended up in France for a couple of days. Never mind. They just didn't come home on the same ferry. And we got on the cruise, got on this ferry back, and we're drinking again. But by this, it was quite a rough sea, I remember. So it went a bit slower, obviously, because of the rough sea. It took about 2.5 hours, I think. But by that time, people were really, really drunk, out of our lot. There was families on there. There was all sorts, not drunk people, should we say, sober types who were, coming back from holiday and all this sort of thing. And the mess some of us were in, I said I had quite a high tolerance of people being ill in the toilets and all this sort of thing, and shouting and screaming. It was a nightmare. And I'm thinking, God, this is like, what sort of job we're in here? And because we're sensible guys normally. So we got back, I think, about 9 o'clock that night. Back on the coach, a few more drinks. Some of the drinks were brought back from France. I think there was still some on the coach. Then I've been drinking from 6 a.m. Really sort of tired, but you keep going, don't you? You're in a group. Come on, let's go for another one. Get back to central London. Then we went into a place in Soho, which was a section house. Had a bar on it on the 3rd floor. Piled in there about 10 o'clock. A few more drinks. Hadn't been married very long at this point, Didn't have any mobile phones. Nothing like that. I'm going back nearly 40 years here. So from that, a lot of people started to drift off home, and I thought, oh God, there's about 6 or 7 of us left. Let's go to a club. So we went to this club just off Oxford Street. It was Hombres, it was called. I'm sure it was a Tuesday night. It was 50 pence a drink. which is absolute madness, isn't it? 50 pence a drink. So we're in there more or less till about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then went back to that section house where one of the guys had some more beer stashed in his apartment type, for like just a room really. Had a few more in there. Now that was 6 o'clock in the morning now. We drunk for 24 hours. Now I was pretty much lagging by then, pretty much knackered. But I thought, well, you know, I've joined this lot now. There's about 3 or 4 of us left by then. I'm going to be the last man standing. Why I did it, I don't know. You know, I'm one of these people who always wants to win something. I didn't know what I was going to win. So from then we drank a few more and went to the pub the next day. Can you believe it? So it was 24, 30 hours drinking. What was all that about? It took me days to recover from that. Thankfully we had some days off after. But why did we drink that much? Why did we drink that much? Was it because I was easily led, or was it because it was a party atmosphere? But from then on, I thought, well, I quite enjoyed that day once I recovered. And I thought, I can drink quite a lot with these lads. And I started to drink a bit more from there, you know. And then we started to sometimes go to the market pubs after night duty, early in the morning, 6:37, full of postmen, doctors, nurses, all sorts of people, hotel workers, and people who worked in nightclubs who went for a drink after. It was, our mornings were sort of most people, like, it's sort of like a night time, a long night duty shift. And you fancy a bit relaxed, don't you? But often that would turn into drinking from 6:30, 7 in the morning to go to another pub, normal opening hours at 11, and then drinking some more. So it became something which I really enjoyed in in my social life. It became a habit, and then I started drinking a bit more at home, and then there was other functions where we used to drink a lot. And I became one of the more, I just had a high tolerance to it, and I really enjoyed it, you know. It was in the end, it finished me, but if you're in this mode of really enjoying it, just be aware that the years will fly over and it will catch up with you. And when I look back at the amount of money I spent, you know, that's absolutely incredible. Was it a waste of money? No, it didn't seem like it at the time, but it did impact on my health in my mid to late 40s. And subsequently I drank too much. I had time off the beer, got myself sober, but I relapsed. And that was a big problem for me. Off for 8 years, 2014 I drank again. I went to the doctors a couple of times, couldn't get any diazepam. Maybe I should have insisted, I don't know, but I just sort of self-medicated from then. Drank steadily over the next 4 or 5 years, 2019, when I was really ill. There's a few videos on there, if you subscribe you'll know about that. Seriously ill, and I nearly lost my life due to alcohol then. So if you're enjoying it all and it's a great social life, just think about the future a little bit. This is my warning to people. I'm trying to look after everybody here. I'm trying to help people not get in the state I was, because I wasn't too far away from passing away, to be fair. I put a recent post on with some before and after photographs, and the photographs are horrific. You know, you'll see how ill I was. I went down to 9 stone, I'm 6'3". And can you imagine? So deconditioned, all the muscle wastage, malnutrition, ascites fluid, spontaneous bacterial peritonitis, numerous seizures, all that sort of thing. The only thing that kept me going was my heart and lungs were good. So everything's improved now, and I've got a really good life again. But and just was very close to not making it. So take heed if you can. If you want to get sober, I'll do it with you. So I've done it. I know what I'm doing to some degree. I'm not a medic, but I've got a lot of experience in this, and there's a lot of subscribers on here. If you look at the numbers, a lot of experienced people. And we're all here to help you. So don't feel that you're isolated, because I felt I was isolated when I look back. I didn't realise there was this sort of help out there. So concentrate on cutting down a little bit, look after yourself, be healthy and be happy, that's the main thing. But don't do what I did and get swept away, as it were, with the drink, because a lot of people do. And when you're 25, you'll soon be 35 and 45, then 55. If you benefit from the channel, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get the latest videos and join in the conversation. And I'll speak to you all soon.